This is domestic reports from Accolade News. We're starting with a focus on politics. The House of Representatives has dismissed reports of a plot against Speaker Abbas Tajudeen over delays in constituency project funding, describing the claims as misleading. In a statement, House spokesman Akinrotimi Jr. said the reports overstated informal WhatsApp conversations and did not reflect any caucus position. He noted that payment delays affected all federal projects due to physical challenges, adding that disbursement had already begun. The House also distanced itself from a controversial National Assembly recruitment process, insisting it was handled by the Service Commission, even as Speaker Abbas ordered a probe to ensure transparency. Still talking politics, former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai has accused the federal government of worsening insecurity by allegedly paying armed bandits monthly allowance and supplying them food under the guise of non-kinetic security strategies. El-Rufai described the move as a kiss the bandits policy, describing that such appeasement only strengthens criminals to acquire more weapons.
3 schools were attacked in 8 years. Okay? This government has been around for 2 years. 3 schools have been attacked.
He insisted that negotiations were counterproductive, declaring the only repentant bandit is a dead one. The former FCT Minister claimed residents of Kaduna, Katsina and Zamfara are aware of the alleged government-backed appeasement and dared authorities to deny the practice, vowing that the truth will eventually be exposed. More on politics, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, says the successful conduct of the Rivers State local government election has cleared the way for the lifting of the emergency rule in the state. Speaking after casting his vote in Obiakpo, Wike said the polls were peaceful, orderly, and in line with electoral rules, adding that Rivers people were glad to elect their representative at the grassroots. He noted that the state of emergency declared by President Bola Tinubu in March will expire September 18, paving the way for Governor Simlaye Fubara, his deputy, and the State Assembly to resume duties. Wike also commended the president for insisting that the election be held so that local councils can now directly assess their federal allocations. Now, in international relations, Nigerian Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Maitama has congratulated the government and the people of Trinidad and Tobago on their independence anniversary, reaffirming Nigeria's commitment to strengthening bilateral ties. In a statement issued by the ministry spokesperson, Yusuf praised the country's enduring spirit, unity, and democratic progress, noting the warm relations both nations share through the Commonwealth and multilateral platforms such as UN and ACP. He pledged that Nigeria will continue to deepen cooperation in trade, culture, education, and global diplomacy for mutual benefits. Now in energy, the federal government, through the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, has ordered all electricity generation companies to activate free governor control across their generating units from September 1st, 2025, as part of efforts to curb incessant grid collapses. The order, signed by Vice Chairman Musili Useni and Commissioner Dafe Epeneyi, mandates GenCos to install lot-enabling metering system and ensure real-time compliance or face penalties, including a 10% fine on invoices and possible disconnection after 90 days of default. Next at the measures is to enforce the grid code, strengthening grid stability and prevent a repeat of the 8th disturbance that led to 5 nationwide blackouts in 2024. Now in economy, in what sources describe as make or break intervention, the Director General of the National Pension Commission, Omolola Oloworaran, on Monday paid an unscheduled visit to the Nigerian Labour Congress headquarters in Abuja amid raising tensions over the safety of workers' pension funds. During a closed-door meeting, NLC President Joe Ajaero accused PenCom of negligence, citing the absence of statutory board and the alleged excesses of pension fund administrators that had left many retirees in hardship. Omolola apologized for poor engagement with Labour, promised greater transparency, and pledged to rebuild trust, but observers warn the truth remains fragile if PenCom fails to deliver on its assurances. Now in education, the federal government has unveiled a new curriculum framework for basic, senior secondary and tertiary education aimed at reducing subject overload and improving learning quality. Announcing the reforms on behalf of Education Minister Dr. Tuji Alasu, Minister of State of Education Professor Suwaiba Said Ahmed said the review was carried out with key agencies including NEDEC, UBEC, NSSEC, and NBTE. Under the new structure, pupils in primary 1 to 3 will take 9 to 10 subjects, while senior secondary students will offer 8 to 9 subjects, with adjustments across other levels to ensure balance and practical learning. Ahmed stressed that the changes are designed to give students more time to learn and align Nigerian education system with global standards, promising strict monitoring for effective nationwide adoption. Now in health, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control has ordered the recall of Embacaf 125 powder for oral suspension after confirming it was inferior and posed potential safety risk. The antibiotics manufactured in India by Laborate Pharmaceutical and registered in Nigeria by Embassy Pharmaceutical was found to solidify after reconstruction, prompting concerns over treatment failure and antibiotic resistance. The affected batch, with manufacturing date February 2025 and expiring January 2027, has been flagged for withdrawal nationwide as NAFDAC urged health workers, distributors and patients to stop its use, intensify vigilance and report suspected cases of unsafe medicines. That is the domestic news update. For now, on to Accolade News. Do stay with us for more domestic updates and developments. I am Blessing Bassi.